Okay, this time I've really messed up. I was driving along and then I smelt burning. And then there was a kind of clattering sound from the engine bay. And after about 2 seconds, it just went away. The burning smell stopped, the clattering stopped, everything was normal. What you gotta understand is there's always something burning, there's always something on fire, there's always some smell, there's always some clattering. If it goes away after 2 seconds, that's basically like nothing. And so I didn't stop, I carried on. Now when I got back, I got under the van, and that's when I spotted something really bad. But first, let's go back to the beginning of the story. If you missed the first episode, I fitted an oil cooler and an inline thermostat. And although it worked and the oil is much cooler now, it introduced a 10 psi drop in oil pressure at cruise, which is rather a lot. So I upgraded the inline thermostat and I even upgraded the oil cooler to a bigger one. But ultimately nothing helped and I'm just still at square one. So after the video I made about the oil cooler pressure problem, a couple of people said in the comments, it's got to be the adapter plate. And yeah, like that's about the only thing left that it could be. So I took the adapter plate off and sure enough, some of the channels inside it were rather small. So I drilled those out to 12 mil and that's all back in now. So I'm going to get it up to operating temperature and we'll see if it's made any difference. It was a few minutes after this that the burning smell started, so I didn't even do any more filming until I got back. The oil feed line to the turbo shifted for some reason and was touching the exhaust manifold. And obviously just gradually just heated it up to the point where it actually melted the PTFE liner inside. And I think what happened in that moment that I smelt the burning, that was the smell of the PTFE melting. Then the clattering was a sudden stop in oil pressure to the turbo. 2 seconds later, oil pressure came back to the turbo. Now, that's crazy, and I think what happened is it actually filled the entirety of the metal shielding of that whole pipe. So there's the PTFE liner, then on the outside is metal going around the liner, and I think that entire pipe then filled up with oil and then restored pressure to the turbo and the clattering went away. Anyway, so I continued on my test drive and I drove not very far, but I don't know, maybe 10-15 miles. Now the engine, when I pulled up, was sounding a bit odd. I have to admit, it sounded like it was kind of ringing, like there was like a ding, 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 ding kind of bell sound. And it's not normally like that. I'm just praying that when I started again, that turbo is good. If I've destroyed the turbo, I'm in big trouble. We are going to Spain in 3 weeks' time. So I might have just completely blown up my engine 3 weeks before I'm going on a multi-thousand mile holiday. And this is a bit of a make or break moment. If the turbo was damaged, and you know what, like a few seconds without oil is enough to destroy a turbo. So it's very likely that that turbo is completely destroyed. Sounds okay. I can't hear anything weird. think I'm only going to really know if the turbo is okay once I get it into boost. So there's only one thing for it. 9 psi. 11. No sound at all. It's silent. 11 psi is pretty much my max boost. And I can't hear anything. No whistle, no clattering, nothing. Does that mean I've got lucky for once? Does that mean that it's okay? If there's a turbo expert watching, tell me. If it sounds good, does that mean it is good? I think I'm just gonna go with that, unless told otherwise. I've got another PSI! That's a result. One more PSI. These are valuable things, valuable units. You would expect, I think, about 5 PSI pressure loss from an oil cooler. So 45 is what I was hoping for, and I'm getting 43 and even 44 sometimes. Maybe it's okay. I can actually go on holiday as planned. By the way, follow us to Spain. We're going to see the solar eclipse. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We get the ferry to Bilbao, and then we're going to travel around northern Spain, maybe more south, depending on the weather. And we're going to see the solar eclipse on the 12th of August, I think it is. So I'll make some videos. Join us.